Hello everybody. Welcome back to CreamCat Gaming. Sorry for the sparse update on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, uh how is everyone doing? So for today, we are gonna be playing a new game called Dave the Diver. I actually got this game for quite cheap. I don't remember how much it cost me, but I did get it during the spring sale this year, 2024, spring 2024. So I've already seen a little bit of the gameplay from the trailer that you can see on the Steam store page. So yeah, I've always been interested in this game. And again, this is live stream live on twitch.tv/CreamCatCorner if you are interested in seeing the full VOD of this game. So without further ado, let's get into the game, shall we? Okay, this is some nice pixel art. Oh, uh-oh, I should have some censored. Oh, oh. Sushi? Sushi? So this guy was on a holiday when his friend calls him for a plate of fresh sushi. Whoa, wait. You got the credit at the start? Well, I guess we just finished the game. That's the end, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Well, this is certainly something different, huh? Okay. This game was made in Korea by a lot of, as you can see from the credit, Korean employee thing. And this game, I've heard, won a lot of awards. I'm not sure if it's an indie studio or not. Okay, we're done. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Haha, just kidding. Oh, okay. Cobra is his name. Oh, oh, okay. That means I have to voice this guy. Okay. Oh God. Okay. Oh, Dave, you got here quickly. Oh, okay. Well, I was told to hurry here. I was on vacation, you know. So, where's the sushi at? Haha, don't rush yourself. Have a look around. Look at this giant blue hole. What the fuck? Giant blue hole? I've never seen anything like this. It's not just the size. Every time you enter the giant blue hole, the terrain and ecology changes, which means this could be an incredible business opportunity. What kind of business? Well, we can discuss that later. I heard you took a break from diving. How about warming up? I'll get you from here. Go ahead and go on in. Hmm, I don't have a good feeling about this. The face. His face. Prologue. A sushi bar by the blue hole. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, I'm glad that the game runs smoothly. That's good. Trust me, once your friend from France comes to Greece, you will immediately move out with him. Ooh, nice, nice. When you say immediately, you mean immediately at the like. Okay, wait. I'm not sure how the EU's law is it. Are you able to simply move between countries like that? Interesting. Which Korea? In North, it is illegal to have a job. Um, Kim Jong Un begs to differ. Have you seen the mall that they have recently? Okay, let's. Okay, wait. Let's dive into the game, shall we? Oh, okay, so you have to hold it. Interesting. Okay, for a game called Dave the Diver, there's no diving animation. Interesting. Nice form, hahaha. Alright, how about try stretching out a bit? Try moving to the mark area. With L2, you can move quickly. Remember that this speeds up oxygen consumption. Wait. Good. Looks like your skills are intact. Your moves are as nimble as a freshwater snail. How dare you, Cobra? I know like we are a little bit round, but you don't say people as a nimble as a freshwater snail. Like that's a jab on me. Let's now practice using the knife. Sorry. Oh god, I can't read. Let's now practice using the weapon you will need in contingency. The dive knife. Try using the survival knife on small fish. You can use the circle button. Up. Where's the fish? Dory! Well done, smooth and quick. And finally, you haven't forgotten how to use the harpoon, have you? The harpoon? Well, I haven't used one in a long time. Do you aim first and then... Hmm. Looks like you'll need some practice. I love the expression that these characters have. Also, how do you communicate? Like, Dave doesn't have any... They are using this not face mask, oxygen mask that doesn't allow you to talk. Plot hole. Let's try using the harpoon to catch, let's say, 3 fish. Aim with X button and fire with R2. Now, try it out yourself. Whoa. Oh, okay, so interesting. Oh. Oh my god, Dory. Okay, I'm gonna take the blue yellow fish. You. Okay, wait. Nice. Ooh, yellow tang. The white one looks Comber. I think that wait, what? I think that should get you back on track in no time. Alright, come back up to the boat. Well, that sucks. Just 3 fish? Special guests may visit the bunch of small. Okay. I read too slow. Wap wap. Okay, now that you got the hang of it, let's get down to business. Dave, you love sushi, right? For sure, that soft fish meat with oily rice. What the fuck? Oh man, that's just the best. Okay, that is not how you describe sushi. Oh god, it's not supposed to be oily unless you are talking about fried rice. What? Dave? Interesting. Aha, well, listen up. I have a friend who is a sushi chef, who left the business for a while. He has a bit of a sharp tongue and a slight temper, but he has one skill that I can guarantee is unmatched in the world. It is right here that I started a restaurant with my friend that sells one-of-a-kind sushi. The sushi sold here is made from fresh fish caught in a blue hole where giant why did I say giant? Where fish from all over the world can be found. I'm sorry to everyone that is watching this, but I sometimes had problem reading, so bear with me. I'll try to read it as properly as possible. Don't you think people will just go nuts for it? Yum! I'm already craving it. Haha, I bet. So, why don't you join in on this awesome venture as well? What do you say? I mean, I love eating, but I don't know a thing about cooking. Nothing to worry about. The restaurant is all ready. All you need to do is dive to get the ingredients. Doesn't sound too bad, right? Oh my god, look at his face! Oh my god, I can't use my mouse to showcase face. Yeah, you know what? What if I want to say I wanted to decline, but you know what? That's fine. So I can eat as much sushi as I sushi, not sushi. So I can eat as much sushi as I want. Yeah, sure. You have to pay though. Can't wait to check it out. The sushi restaurant next to the Blue Hole. It was supposed to open tonight, but I'm not sure if it's ready. Let's go have a chat at the restaurant. Press square at the arrow button to go to the sushi bar. Sushi? Sushi? Ooh, what an awesome vibe. That's cherry blossoms. Hey, Bancho, are we all ready to open? Oh god, okay. I want to voice Cobra as someone pompous, but Bancho seems like a very laid-back kind of person. As you can see, it's ready just in time. Oh, it's already finished? You're the fisherman Cobra was talking about. Well, I'm more of a diver than a fisherman. The facial expression though. Alright, anyway, it's nice to meet you. I am Bancho. So, you like sushi? I sure do. Tuna belly, eel, sea urchin. Oh man. Dave, all of those sushi are quite expensive? Well, I'm glad that he has very good taste though. Sea urchin is very expensive, but it tastes divine. Oh boy, just thinking about it makes my mouth water. It makes my mouth watering right now. Just as mediocre as expected. What? I am... Okay, interesting. What do you have to say about that, Bancho? Sushi is a food that combines the soul of sea and land. It symbolizes Mother Nature herself. Most people, however, have only tasted more accessible fish just like you. How empty a life is one that ends without ever tasting the beauty Mother Nature can offer. My calling is to bring the taste of Mother Nature to everyone. Up. Uh-oh. Earthquake. No. Our restaurant. It's closed. And, and an earthquake? The interior is really quite a mess. Yeah, it looks like we will have to delay the opening day. You know what? Sorry. How am I gonna voice this? Pompous. You know what? I spent all my money getting the restaurant ready. I'll have to recover the repair costs through doing business. In this state? Mahaha! In the end, the importance of a restaurant is the taste. First, we need ingredients. Did you bring anything? Well, I have something I just caught. Only 3 fish? This won't be nearly enough to serve the guests. Please go and catch 7 more fish first. Oh, and the restaurant is going to open only in the evening. Won't that decrease sales? You think we should invite customers without adequate preparation just to make a little bit more money? It is the chef's duty to prepare the best possible food with meticulous precision, just as a warrior sharpens his sword on a whetstone. You will need to get me the best quality ingredients during the day. Okay. Interesting. So we basically work for free? In fact, we are running at a loss if we have to pay for the sushi that we are eating. It seems Bencho is really passionate about his work. He may not talk about his personal stuff, but this guy can talk about sushi all night. Haha. I haven't seen Bancho so enthusiastic since the incident. It's nice to see him like this. The incident? Oops, maybe I shouldn't have brought it up. Well, anyway, we need more ingredients, so go catch that 7 fish first. Prepare Bencho's sushi, make 100 gold. Prepare sushi ingredient, catch 7 fish. Interesting. Let's go. Yellowback Fusilier. Its dorsal fin is yellow and its youth, its ages disappear and become blue. Blue becomes more dominant. Something like that. Okay, interesting. Oh, come on. Ah. What is that? Nolima Porgy. Come here, you Rambo Ras. Ooh, what is this? Wood? Why would you want a wood? Interesting. I'm curious. Ooh, what is this? Hajime? Is that help? Sea urchin. Ah, it hurts. I don't think sea urchin can be picked up with these gloves. Ah. What? You missed. Okay. What do you... Okay. Am I just bad at this? Ooh, triggerfish. Nice. Ooh, the fish that we saw on the... Whoa, can I not? Okay. Cardinal fish. Man, ooh, a pot. Nice. What is this? Black vinegar, interesting. Hajime. And what is this? Baseball bat? What? Why would you want a baseball bat? Holy crap. Can I hit fish with this? Oh! Oh my god, you can. Yo. I'm doing blunt damage to the fish, huh? Interesting. Okay, so that refills my oxygen tank fully. Ooh, what is this? Jellyfish? Oh, okay, so you can't get jellyfish. At least not yet. Oh. Okay, I can't go down that much. You know what? Let's... Yeah. Let's take more of this high quality fish. 2-star, right? Oh, come on. How do I get out from this? Do I simply just move on? Okay, it is chugging. Interesting. The game is chugging a little bit, but that's fine, right? Trigger fish. I can carry up to 9 kilograms. Ooh, parrotfish. Is that parrotfish? It is. Come on. Oh, what? Whoa, what? Ooh, if you exceed your weight limit, you will be slowed down. If you exceed an even higher amount, you won't be able to carry anymore. Press option to organize. Okay. Oh shoot. My oxygen. Okay. That means I need to go up. You know what? That's fine. We got the special fish already. So let's just go up. Return to boat. Alright, it looks like you caught quite a few. At this rate, we'll make boatloads of money in no time. Haha. My, would you look at the time? We'll have to hurry up and get things ready. Why don't we head to the sushi bar? Prepare sushi ingredients. 5 minutes is my time. Ooh, 31 meter. Nice, nice. Weather is sunny. Saturday, 10 January? Yeah. The temperature is 21 degrees Celsius. How freaking nice. I'm so bitter with people that have such nice weather and temperature. Mediterranean parrotfish, 50 cm. Nice. What is this? A fish tank. If you exceed what? Huh. By the way, you will be only able to dive once in the morning and once in the afternoon. Get the ingredients ready before the dinner hours start. Why can't I go fishing during the night? Hey, interesting. Oh, look at this mess. Oh, the sakura tree. It's wilted. Bancho, how sorry. This is Dave. Bancho, how are the preparation coming along? I think we're mostly set. That's good. Here's to a great evening. Where do you think you're going? Didn't you hear from Cobra? Sorry. You're to help me run the sushi bar from today onwards. What? I don't understand. Cobra told me that there will be someone to help with the ingredients and serving. He said all I need to do is cook. And who else is there for that but you? Oh god. Wait, I've never worked at a restaurant before. The guests will be here soon, so I'll give you a quick primer, so pay attention. What? Open the ingredients below. Here you can check your fish, crops, sauces, and all other materials you have. For now, that's all you need to know. Come back later for more information. Press circle to close the ingredients window. Alright, now I'll show you how to register actual items into the menu. New recipes need to be added to the menu before they can be sold to customers. There's a sushi recipe for the fish you acquired earlier. So try registering that to the menu. Register a dish to the menu. How do I know how much fish I have? Okay, so okay, wait. So the coins shows you how much costs. I'm not sure about the smiley face though. Ooh. I think we can get the Mediterranean parrotfish. That costs the highest, right? Yeah, that costs the highest. So let's get the parrotfish. Ooh, I want to get this as a limited thing, so let's do 2 of this. Alright, that probably wasn't that hard. Setting ingredients to auto supply with milk will make things a little bit more convenient. Let me repeat, only food on the menu can be sold. If you run out of ingredients, you have to replace items on the menu or refill the ingredients. You can also enhance the flavor of the dish, so try it out when you have enough ingredients. Now, use the ingredients you caught to fill out the menu as much as you can. So I probably don't want to waste a lot of food. So the base menu is norimaki and green tea. We have 2 of this sushi, parrotfish sushi that costs 10 coins. So the most expensive part of our menu is that. Let's get the bulk of it, the lagoon triggerfish. 3 should be enough. And same goes to the yellowback fossilier. Yo, what? I have 8. So let's have 4. I think have some of the cheaper option. Yeah, let's have the comber. How do you pronounce that? Comber. I wanna pronounce it as comber sushi, but it might be wrong. But Then you know what? Let's deal with the cheaper one and close. How long are you going to stand there talking, Cobra? Give me a cup of tea to quench my thirst. Have you perhaps poured green tea before? No, only soft drinks, I think. I'll tell you how. Go over to Cobra. Ooh, wait, what? Sometimes customer will Sometimes customers will order drinks. Is that R1 or is that joystick? Oh, okay, it is. What do you mean? Okay, wait. Oh, okay, nice. New content, green tea. Customer who drink green tea of a good or higher grade will pay more. Okay, that's an interesting mechanic. Wahaha! As expected, Bancho's green tea is quite something. That tea really got my appetite going, so is there something to eat, perhaps? Demanding as always. Why don't you try serving him some food while you're at it? Wait until the cooking is done. Come over to where I am and take this food. Use dash. You can use dash when serving food. Use L2 to move quickly. Don't forget to watch your stamina. Oh man, okay. Oh, the guy is so tired. Hello. You sent the package last week, you say. What in the world? Let me check on that. Cobra didn't even eat. He's always distracted like that. The food can't be reused, so we'll have to throw it out. It seems like such a waste to throw it away. Bancho Sushi never reuses food. Do not put food made for guests on the table twice. Well, alright. Hold down circle to discard the food. Are we going to eat it? We are gonna eat it. No? Aw, that's... that's disappointing. Everything looks about ready. I haven't cooked for customers in a while. Kinda nervous. Don't forget to press triangle after filling the menu for business to begin. Okay, interesting. Customers will order the dishes from the menu. Don't forget to register dishes to the food menu before the sushi bar opens. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. I think we fine. Okay, let's open it. Welcome. Oh. Ooh. Oh. This lady comes first, so you got it first. Oh, oh, come on. Oh god. His stamina is so slow. Oh god, come on. Come on, Bancho. Come on. Come on, come on. Nice, nice. Way better than I expected. Ooh. Okay. It's interesting no one is asking for green tea. Closed for the day. Bancho Sushi is closed. Ooh. You earn Artisan's Flame. Today's score is 5.0. Top sale is the Yellowback Fusilier Sushi. Profit 7 times 4. Ooh, interesting. How can the operation and pay and the maintenance be 0? That is not how you do business. Interesting. So our net profit does have a positive growth. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, this is so fun. Okay, I'm quite hooked. Phew. Work's finally done for the day. My back hurt. My back and legs hurt. You were a bit sorry. You were a bit clumsy, but not bad for a first day. Try a little bit harder next time. I suppose coming from you, that's a compliment. A man should not feel gratification from simple compliments. Yeah, alright. In any case, a toast to the opening of Bancho Sushi. Oh, okay. Oh! What the? Huh? Oh my god, that's... Yo! Rip Boroni. Rip that guy. That guy died doing his task. Oh no. Sunday. It's sunny. Okay. Ellie? Oh god, okay. Are you the man who's been diving around here? Yeah, I think so. Dave, what do you mean you think so? I was expecting a more professional looking guy. I can hear you, you know. In any case, can you do something for me? Shouldn't you tell me who you are first? I'm Ellie. I study biology at a local graduate school. I've come out to investigate after reports of anomalies in the area. Satisfied? Okay, so what do you want? I would like to study the ecology of this blue hole. Get me some agar and red starfish first. I don't think it's a good idea to ask for just one of each, so get me 2, okay? Your tone makes me want to refuse. I've got a reward, but if you don't want it, that's fine by me. A reward? Well, I wasn't refusing. I'm just saying you could ask more nicely. In any case, please hurry. Don't dally. Mission updated. Interesting. Oh, smartphone. You can use your smartphone to access various type of content, check your current missions, and more. Game settings can be accessed from the phone. Got it. What? Oh, interesting. That's a cat. Oh, we have meal. Todo list. We've we have something. So we need 2 agar and 2 red starfish. Calendar. Okay. Interesting. Get 10% get a 10% discount and get going. Learn to fly Manbo Air. Hello, this is Manbo Air. You just want to get away from it all this summer for a vacation? Well, Manbo Air is here to help you. Please use the promo code below when purchasing your ticket. 4TWRS? Interesting. What does that mean? Attack of the Mutant Monster. Do you want to be rich? Rich maker? Oh shoot, I can click it. Do you want to buy fancy cars? Do you want to wear fancy clothes? Getting rich is easier than you think. Click the button below now. Shh, it's a secret. Uh-oh. Okay, that's a nice Easter egg to have in the game. Can you imagine it just make my game crash? Okay, so... Oh, interesting. Oh. Interesting. Mini games, calculator, Casio. Nice. Okay. Let's dive. Longfin batfish has extremely wide and flat body with tiny mouth that contains row of even tinier conical teeth on each jaw. Ooh, something different this time. And what is this? Sea urchin. I can't have sea urchin, man. Rambo Ras. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Okay, so my goal is always to get the more expensive ingredients. You look expensive. How dare you? What? I will take you with me if it's the last thing I do. Okay. Can I... Oh shoot! Oh no, I'm poisoned. Oh shoot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Up. What? Uh-oh. Shoot. Shoot, 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 shoot. Oh, come on. Well, it's better than dying. Okay, so that is a very good mechanic. If you got hurt, your oxygen level decreases. Huh, interesting. Okay, so we have to go back. Dave, did you get loosened up yesterday? I saw a lot of nasty fish. It won't be easy to go any deeper. I did notice that the fish in the blue hole have an odd violent streak. Perhaps something puts them on edge? Speaking of which, why don't you also take a gun in addition to the harpoon? A gun? I have a friend who's knowledgeable about guns. What is this, America? I'll introduce you to him. Oh, Dove? Wow, Cobra, it's been a while. Who's the goofy looking guy next to you? Sorry, that wasn't the nicest thing to say to a stranger. I'm Dave, a professional diver. Interesting. I thought divers were athletic and muscular. You seem to defy my prior knowledge. People who live in glass houses? So, what's this about? I would like you to get straight to the point. I've begun a very interesting business, and now I'm in need of some weapon stuff. I need your help. Sorry, that's... What the heck? What is this Gundam looking thing? Stella? Season 2 of Stella just ended anyway. I'll give you a listen. Alright, I'm actually discovered a fascinating giant blue hole. The terrain and ecology inside it changes every time you go inside. Oddly, any equipment found inside breaks down when brought out. I would like you to make us a weapon that can be used inside. That is rather interesting. You've piqued my interest as a weapon researcher, you could say. My hypothesis is that anything that's not made from materials found in the blue hole will continue to break down. This will be especially true of guns, which have precision parts. So, we'll have to get the materials from the sea ourselves. Heh, Dave, you'll have to prove yourself as a diver to this Master Duff. I'm not sure why I should have to prove myself to you. Just tell me what you need. Since it appears you have no gun at all, let's start with something easy. I'll need one rope and one scrap iron. You heard him right, Dave. Enter the blue hole and bring back rope and scrap iron. By the way, if you ran out of oxygen midway, you will only be able to make it back with one item. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Always keep that in mind. Weaponsmith Dove. Ah, I feel bad. I wasted all that time. Ooh, ornate ras. Ooh. A starfish. I see a starfish. Okay, so I need iron, right? Scrap iron and... What is it? Oh, parrotfish. Hello. Come on, man. Come on. Interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. Always avoid fish that you can't fight. Ooh, what is this? Find rope. Interesting, interesting. Ooh, scrap iron. Wait. Oh, that's... Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Is that rope? It is. Where's everything? Hello? Ooh. Oh, okay. So I need to find an oxygen tank. Otherwise, I'm... Oh shoot. Is that an eel? Okay, I see an oxygen tank. Now to find fish that I can use for my ingredients today. And what is this? Okay, I never got to try this. Sleepy toy hammer? Okay, that is funny. Oh shoot! Okay, that seems like a waste of time. Okay, interesting. Okay, I want to find... Oh shoot, I don't think that fish looks... How resilient are you, dude? I'm gonna waste my time getting this fish, aren't I? You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for wasting your time. But we got parrotfish. Oh shoot, is that a shark? No, 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 no. Come on, man. Come on. I didn't... Okay, 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 okay. Let's get this oxygen. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, we are encumbered. Okay, just to make up for the... Yeah, that should be enough, right? Is that the rainbow ras that we read about before? Whoa, okay, we are moving quite slow. Okay, it is the rainbow ras. Okay, time to go back up. Okay, that's cool. It's like you are collecting all these fishes and you always wanted to try and get the more expensive or the more valuable kind of fish. Well, to think you actually managed to bring it back, I expected you to quietly expire in the depths. You could say, hmm, seems I have underestimated you slightly. Very well. I'll show you how to make the basic underwater rifle with these materials. First of all, download Duff's weapon shop on your phone. It's well optimized, only 42 megabyte, you could say. Interesting. Oh, and why the cat? I feel so offended by that. Duff's weapon shop. Interesting. A gun that can be fired underwater. It's an old model and not that powerful. You've collected all the materials. Good. Let's try create a new weapon. Holy shit. Holy shit. What's up with this Sailor Moon-esque transition there? Interesting. Equip the weapon right away. Hell yeah. With a neat explanation like that, even someone like you should have understood. Well, I guess. Oh, and one more thing. I've taken some measures to allow you to open weapon chests underwater. Wow, weapon chest? You can't bring them out of the sea, but they can still come in handy, you could say. Oh, but I'll collect info about the weapons you pick up and create blueprints for you. Weapons made with a blueprint won't break down underwater, you could say. In any case, this master will be watching you. Goodbye, eternity. Well, that's... that's something. Undersea gunslinger. Interesting. You can craft weapons at Duff's weapon shop. Acquiring a weapon a certain number of times will complete a blueprint, making the weapon craftable. Go hunting with powerful weapons. Interesting. Huh. You actually brought them back? I guess I expected too little of you. Alright, this should do for now. I'll give you a reward as promised since you helped me do my research. The sudden ecological changes in this region will need to be studied further, so I'll continue to need your services. Add my number! Ooh, we got soy sauce, olive oil, and gold. Interesting. Red ecological data. Oh, Dave, you collected 100 gold. Great job. This should be enough to repair what's broken. Then give me some time. This repairs needs to be done. All right. Right. I really hope the customers keep coming. Interesting. Ooh, 40 meter is my best, huh? Caught 9. But we did get some heavier and heavier fish. So we got a lot of parrotfish, and the next abundant is the triggerfish. Interesting. Let's go. Wrap up your day and get things ready at Bancho Sushi. How do I contact? Oh, okay. Oh, we can call? Hello. I hope you're having a great day. Please note that this call is being recorded for quality assurance. What can I help you with today? Claim reward. You've chosen to claim the reward. Please enter the promotion code. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh. Oh shoot. I don't have anything. Is there anything else you need? You've chosen to hear your fortune for today. Here it is. Happiness dwells in your mundane life. Diligence is the key. Or so it says. That's it for today's fortune telling. Is there anything else you need? I'll check your information. Please hold. The deepest you've dived was 40 meters. You're not scared of getting wet, aren't you? Is there anything else you need? Thank you for calling. Please don't hesitate to call us again. Interesting. Oh, so you can call everyone. Interesting. Let's go see Bancho. What is this? Oh, look at this illustration. I love it. It looks like traditional Japanese ink painting. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. Okay, so I think... What do you mean by this? Combo sushi is empty. Ooh, I can enhance. It becoming more expensive? Yo, okay. So I need 3 to enhance? Well, I have a lot of parrotfish, so yeah, heck yeah. Okay, yo, this game has some very cool cutscenes. Enhance has been complete. Ooh, nice, nice. I can level it up more. Ingredients used for enhancement will disappear. Okay, maybe not for now, I guess, because we do need to sell. So we only have 10. You know what? If I enhance this one more time, I have 6 left. And from that 6, I can make a lot more money. Heck yeah, let's do. Oof. Oof. Okay. Next. This should be 6. Yeah, this should be enough. You know what? I'm not gonna sell everything. Let's sell 4. And level up the one of this. So let's do the triggerfish. Ooh, okay. How many do let's do 3. Do I want all of it, or do I want to leave some? You know what? 1 should be enough. Okay, I think this is good. Yeah, let's do something cheap. You know what? On second thought, no. Wait, what? Cardinal fish sushi is selected. Remove. The remaining food will be discarded. What do you mean discarded? Oh shoot, it really deletes it. Oh no. Okay. So I really need to think about my decisions, huh? You know what? Let's get the blue tang out. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Boom, 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 boom. Oh shoot, lady. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Come on, dude, come on. Oh. Oh wait, I see the board on the back there. So we only have to sell 2 more. Oh, that means we wasted 2 of my parrotfish. Okay, that sucks. Yo, my profit is through the roof. Top sale is the lagoon triggerfish. Interesting. The top sale for the last 7 days is still okay. So yesterday it was the yellowback fusilier and today is the triggerfish. Monday. Oh, who is this? Oh, Dr. Bacon? Yo! Okay, come on. How to voice this person, huh? Oh, I don't want to be another pompous person. Are you Dave by any chance?
No.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I don't even remember how to voice Dave. Yes. What is it, sir? Wow. I always write about these things. Nice to meet you. I'm Dr. Bacon, and I am an archaeologist who studied the Sea People's civilization. Sea People's civilization? Haha, I'll explain it to you. Aren't you lucky to have an expert like me to tell you about them?
No.
Maybe I shouldn't have asked. Oh, the Sea People civilization lives in legends. They are said, oh, okay. They worship fish and had gills along them to live underwater. They live in the depths along them to flourish. I can't I can't read this fast. I'm sorry. That's about all there is to this story. Everyone thinks it's a myth and nothing more, of course. But proof that they were real was found right in the vicinity of this place. Huh? This is an amazing find, one that could turn the whole academic world upside down. An ancient civilization under the sea? You will only see such things in comic books or games. What makes you so sure that they were real? My assistant closely analyzed an artifact found nearby and found that it is from no known civilization. It is dated to around 1,500 years ago as well. There were no civilization in these parts back then. That is interesting, but what business do you have with me? Well, you see, my assistant's cryptocurrency investments didn't pan out and he won't be around for a good while. That's why I would like you to help me.
No.
Oh, my assistants told me that the artifact was found in 70 meters or so below the surface. Please, go take a look. We're busy with the sushi bar. I don't think we can. Haha, sorry to interrupt the conversation. I am Cobra. I work with Dave. Of course, we should help you. We'll gladly do so. Yahaha.
No.
What? We don't have time to swim around searching for artifacts. Think about it. If an underwater civilization is discovered, countless people will flock here. Bunch of sushi will bursting at the seams. I suppose you have a point. Alright, I'll help. Haha, isn't that lucky? Aha. Oh, of course, I won't be asking you to work for free. Well, I'll be upgrading the diving suit you are wearing for free. Oh, wow! With an enhanced diving suit, you'll be able to venture deeper. This is essential for exploration. These days, even such things can be handled by an app. Technological advancements are amazing, eh? Let's first install the iDiver app on the phone before we proceed. New content iDiver. The iDiver app allows you to enhance various diving equipment. Upgrade equipment with the money you make at the sushi bar and elsewhere and explore deeper waters. Interesting. Now then, let me tell you how to use the iDiver. I'll install the app for you, so unlock your phone first. Dr. Bacon has added you as contact. Okay, interesting. Upgrade the diving suit for free. Okay, interesting mechanic. Good. Now you'll be able to venture a bit deeper. Once you have enough money, use iDiver to enhance your equipment. You can enhance your suit as well as your cargo box and oxygen tank. Never forget that anything can happen in deep waters. I'll be in touch. Interesting. Oh no. So I can go deeper, so that's good. That means we can go and get the parrotfish, right? Ooh, a weapon chest. What is that? Poison harpoon? Yo. Uh-oh. What the f- Holy. Oh, okay, that's a nice. Okay. Okay, the quality decreases quite a lot. Okay. That means I shouldn't. Okay. I'm interested in. Oh! No, sir. I'm sorry. Haha. I'm not sorry. Titan triggerfish. Ooh. Oh god. So it says somewhere. Ooh, what is this? Ooh, kelp. Thank you very much. It says here that it is supposed to be long distance underwater scooter. Oh. Oh shoot. You're not getting away, sir. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, okay, so it just died. Okay. Um oh, oh, oh shoot. Wait. Um oh man, everything is good, huh? You know what? Oh my god, that. Yeah, I think I can get rid of the parrotfish. Sorry. Oh god. me just get the... Ooh, is that the artifact that I'm looking for? Squid! Oh, come on. Okay. I have to get rid of the grouper then. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm wasting a lot of things. Oh, Dave, I think that's the one. Come back to the boat safely. I'll be waiting. Up. Holy crap, I didn't see you there. Are you the one that has the giant tentacles attacking the boat? That is some huge ass squid. What was that just now? I'll have to go back to the boat right away. I want the squid. Oh shoot, no. Okay, squid, I need you to come to the upper surface area. Not you. What the freaking frick? Oh, come on. What? Ah! Oh, you ass. Come on. I'm not interested, sir. I'm not. Go away. Oh, okay. We got the cuttlefish. Okay. Come on, Dave. Come on. I think this is an escape. Okay, let's go then. Let's go. Come on, Dave. Come on. Escape pod. Okay. Use the escape pod to escape to your boat as quickly as possible. Got it. Nice. Okay, that's cool. Instead of the loading screen being normally boring, it shows that depressurizing sequence. Okay, that's cool. Alright, you bought it out safely. It seems to be in very good condition, almost as if it was stored somewhere until recently. Very interesting. This may be the find of the century even. Alright, Dave, let's continue to work together and uncover the secrets of the Sea People's civilization. What? I thought I'd only be helping you once. Wahaha, of course, say no more. Just put our restaurant at the top of the list of affiliates. That would be hard to I can't read, y'all. That would be hard to do. I've a very what? I have a very lucky feeling about this. I'll be in touch. That's a very weird contraction to have. Interesting. Ooh, 300 gold and turmeric. Nice. And what is that? Nice. What? Oh, okay. So if you take lower quality fish, a few star below, one one star, and the amount of meat that you have is also reduced. Okay, interesting. Dave, while you were out at the sea, the repairs were complete. Let's head to the restaurant. Wow, it's looking very nice. Haha, it doesn't matter how delicious the food is, the restaurant can't be a mess. If you want to change the interior menu below is open. Please go check it. You can now freely change up the interior of Bancho Sushi. Use the interior tab to select a style to your liking. But as Dr. Bacon said, if the remains of sea people were found here, customer will indeed come. But this area is kind of remote, so I think I will need a way to advertise the store until then. Yeah, these days it's all just about impossible to attract customers without publicity. Have you tried the social media app called Cookstar? Okay, instead of Instagram we have Cookstar. The social media app young people use to post picture of the food they eat. Yeah, that's how all businesses are promoting themselves lately. I simply cannot understand why people would waste their time like that. Sushi makes an impression on the heart, not photographs. Even so, isn't it better to use it than to keep people ignorant of your food, Bancho? You have a point there. Making an account is simple, so let's try it out. You first register and make the hashtag Bancho Sushi, and then done. Well, it's not as complicated as I expected. Now, customers happy with your food will follow Bancho Sushi. I'm not sure about this, but okay, I got it. I will also install the Cookstar app on my phone and check the followers' posts. Raise your rating in Cookstar, more customers will visit and new foods will be unlocked. The unlock condition of new ratings can be seen in the Cookstar app. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh. Oh, okay, let's do this. Oh, everything else is... Ooh, I can add this. Oh, that's cute. Okay, let's... Wait. It's in the afternoon. I thought we were supposed to open during the night. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so let's... Holy crap, cuttlefish is very good. It costs 20. Even the best parrotfish is pale in comparison. Okay, then we definitely have to take the cuttlefish. So I don't want to waste a lot of food, so I think so. Let's do 2 of this. You know what? No, I'm gonna go all in. And the rest be a little bit less than usual. What else is the highest cost? I'm gonna put so many expensive stuff on this menu. I mean, why not? So we have a total of 6 items on our menu. Remaining menu will be discarded as the restaurant closed. Okay, I didn't read the fine menu. Interesting. So let's... Oh, okay. Oh, Cobra dollar. Okay, that is cute. This is how you take profile pictures. It's hard. Okay, so we need... Okay, interesting. What is the reward? Ooh. Okay, got it. But how? I guess we just have to skip, do time skip. They didn't tell me how to go back to the boat, so I don't know. It's already evening. I feel stiff. Even so, Bancho's working alone. I should probably help. It's not easy to manage with 2 people, with more customers coming in and not enough workers. God, okay. Oh, who is this acid lady? Ooh, Yoshi, eh? Yoshi. This is Bancho's sushi place, huh? Miss Yoshi. I came by because I heard this place is getting popular in Cookstar. The name gave me pause, but to think it's really your place. New food using never before seen ingredients. Can't taste this anywhere else. A taciturn but masculine chef. Wow! Do they mention me too? No, not really. In any case, what brings you all the way here, Miss Yoshi? Oh, there is reason. I wanted to check out the restaurant. Looks like yours still the same. Well, there's nothing to change. I simply continue on day by day, training myself. My goodness, that is the problem, dear. You refused to listen to me last time in a similar fashion, and that's what got you booted from the hotel. You're talking about that again. That's the customer's fault for judging the food without even trying it. How long will you continue treating customers that way? You keep making that terrible food. What do you mean terrible? Whole roasted shark head is an excellent dish. Shark has been used in cuisine in both the West and the East, and in Korea, it was even used as in ancestral rituals. Stop! You've not changed one bit. Let me judge for myself then whether it's food fit for consumption. Then I can tell you why I came. Fine then, I'll show you. I'll make sure you know the true taste of shark head meat. Pancho, isn't this development a bit sudden? Dave, as the chef, this is a fight I can't back out of. My pride hangs in the balance. Please, get me a white tip reef shark head and olive oil. Well, we just got olive oil. Well, lucky me. Want me to catch a white tip reef shark? Yes, with your skills, it should be easy enough to do. But a harpoon, not likely enough. Take a good gun with you into battle. Even so, fighting a shark sounds way too dangerous. Do you mean to say you'll just stand by and watch me while my pride is trampled? The white-tip reef shark is usually found in the ocean far to the right. Good luck. Oh god, I think we just encountered them, but suddenly wants me to get him a shark head. This is preposterous, and he can only be killed with a gun? I'll have to ask Dove to make a gun, or search for one in the blue hole. Interesting. Special customer. Sometimes local special customers with a backstory will hear of the sushi bar and visit. Learn dishes that the customer wants through research and serve them to the customers. Okay, interesting. You can now search new recipes. Use the artisan's flame to expand your menu. Oh, interesting. Do I learn it? Oh. Okay, that is so cool. I love it. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Okay, let's open the... I'm sorry, I don't have any shark head. Oh, a customer. Yo, hello. Nice. Oh shoot, is everything... Oh. Oh, what the heck? Okay, that's bad. I'm sorry, lady. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did a bad job. Okay. What do you mean I didn't sell that one cuttlefish sushi? Ah, we lost. We lost our revenue. Oh no. No, my score. Okay, interesting. Hey Dave, I've got the luckiest news. What is it, Dr. Bacon? You look happy. I analyzed the artifact you bought me and a large amount of an unknown substance was detected. I think it must be iron compressed deep underwater, but it gives off a unique wavelength. So I went ahead and developed a radar to track those waves. Oh, and why is that news lucky? Haha, being coy today, aren't we? This radar is bound to come in useful on your next expedition. What do you mean my next expedition? Cobra forced me to go along last time. I was given a contract with your name on it. The cancellation charge for breaking the contract is over 20. What? What in the world were you two talking about? Haha, don't be so by the book. Dave, check the signal for me to test out the radar. Yes, please give it to me. I'll tell you if it works and no more. Pancho, you ass. Okay. Oh. Okay, there's a lot of Cookstar app. The taste of chewy squid sushi, I can still remember it. I need to go again. Yes, please. Oh, did you eat Nemo? The sea people artifact. What a lucky day. Gotta eat sushi on days like this. Haha. The sushi here is nice. I don't like the strange guy serving it though. You are so judgy, girl. Blue sushi is of the color of the sea. Tasted good too. The things sushi made from tropical fish would be so good. It's amazing. Soy sauce and wasabi are awesome too. Welcome again. Oh, okay. Ah, okay. So I think for now we have to go. I know it's not yet for the full 2 hour mark, but I think this is a good stopping point. You know what? Let's see what the mini games have to offer. Ah, well, that sucks. I guess it's for much later then. Okay, so next time we play this game, we will be fighting. You know what? Let's see the weapon shop. Not enough materials. So we will be fighting a white teeth reef shark, if that is the name, if I remember correctly. So I'm gonna head out for today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it. And as always, to those that are watching this live, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for watching. And to those that are watching this on my YouTube bot channel, CreamCat Gaming, I really do appreciate it and do apologize for the long absence of upload. I've been quite busy this past few months, and I hope that I can be quite consistent in the future upload. And if you like to join in the fun that we have on stream, do come in into the stream and have a chat with me. I really do appreciate that. But for now, I'll have to bid adieu. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Goodbye!